Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Game time is here. Glad you're with us. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Off we go through the rain here in South Philly. Oh, we'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, ready.
They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And a good start on the ground. He gets 8 on the game's opener.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hot 70, hot 70. Ready, right?
They'll look to throw. This is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. This offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Ready.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And he's open, middle of the field. It is caught. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
First down.
They get 25 on that connection. Good for an Eagles first down.
Ready.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's the rookie from Penn State. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Okay, ready.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Get it. Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Here we go, here we go.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards. They get 4 on that 3rd and 2.
At the 43-yard line.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready up. Here we go. Set. Gravity Lions. Let go.
Here comes the blitz as he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
He'll look to throw. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 7.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Pat 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The throw here is complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there, but that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's 1st and goal.
70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
Jacobs. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
And goal.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Ready.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get this one out to Jacobs.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
3rd and goal.
Ready, ready.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They'll return this from the 11. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
70.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. We are through one. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This is caught at 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
9 more yards.
It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Green Bay.
Ready up. Back.
Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And I think the Eagles have it. Yes, they do. Talk about a big swing there. The offense was driving, had it in the red zone, looking to score. Not only does the defense stop them, Greg, they get the ball back, and they improve the field position with a nice fumble return.
And what a change of events. You find yourself defending your own side of the field, and next thing you know, you scoop. For a minute, it looked like there was going to be a score, but either way, after running out of gas, he sets his offense up in a great situation.
And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
19, Tiger, 19.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Last play got 15. This one gains 15. And another 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Throw. Neighbors.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4.
19, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to the air one more time. That's caught! And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. It is a big play for the Eagles. It's a gain of 34.
On the double.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. 70 Lions. Let's go.
Little quick pass to the receiver heading right. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Packers 13-yard line.
Ready, set.
From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll go underneath to Jacob. And that's going to move him closer, but they're going to need to come up with something here. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
Eagles 14, Packers nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
Reload! Down!
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Bijan Robinson inside the 30. And he is gone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
And that kick goes out of bounds right away, and that is a big mistake because that ball's going to be marked beyond the 40-yard line.
Ready!
He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Packers have recovered the football.
Let's go! Ready?
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson.
Davis's pass complete to Bijan Robinson. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Come on. 19 Tiger.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense. A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on 4th down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
He'll send this one deep for Odunze. That is caught. What a throw. Roll Odunze. Touchdown, Packers.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
They'll tough start on the ground with Jacobs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
At the 25-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That's a short one. Caught by Bowers. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's caught left side by Bowers. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. Take this in, back at the 16. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Out of end, left side, it's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to air this one out. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Ringo on the coverage.
Get it. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
They'll look to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
In motion, it's Odunze. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Keely Ringo.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you were sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let this one go deep. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time. We'll keep this one on the ground. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return.
Come on, set! 19! Ready up.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ready up.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Ready. Let's go.
Now they'll set up to throw. That complete to Jacobs. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. Good for an Eagles first down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Here we go. Bronco 80.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. We'll get this complete to his tight end Bowers. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Let's go now. 60 by.
From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
The outside caught by Neighbors. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
3rd and 6.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Hut, hut.
That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Eagles. Now the try for an extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A short one taken at the 10. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the jump.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Ready? Liking 18.
On the option, here's Robinson. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here.
Bijan Robinson. And he will go all the way. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
You know, Mike, for a lot of guys in the league, the best way to make an impact as a rookie is through special teams. And anytime you can make yourself valuable, find a way to contribute, you do it. And that was a heck of a return right there.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That one taken in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. They run over center with Robinson. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4. So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Packers.
First down. A gain of 15. And the Packer first down.
Ready.
Another run here for Robinson. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And for a a third time today he's intercepted. Picked off by Keely Ringo. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he's into the end zone. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Eagles. That is 2nd TD catch of the season. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will extend this third quarter lead.
Eagles 35, Packers 21.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line.
On the ready.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
On the handoff, here's Robinson running right. And a pickup of 3, or maybe 4. Andrew Makuba from his safety spot to make the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6.
60 Bison, 60.
He'll drop to throw. Open man downfield, it's Franklin. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready up. Hey. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
16 yards.
16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 5.
70.
Now this time they'll look to throw. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Third down, they need 5.
Here we go, here we go. Cows go.
He'll look to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
That's taken in, and he's got the first down. Well done there, as they pick up a 4th and 5.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Offensively landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a of a letdown. They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's a handoff, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. Good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Cougar 19. Ready.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, great.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
Let's go now.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Now, faking the give. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
That's taken in by Franklin. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down. That to the air one more time. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, it's Tim DK. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready? Xcfl.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
On the jump. Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70.
He'll turn and hand this one off. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
A gain of a yard.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd down, 3 to go.
Ready, ready. Liking 18.
Toss left side, caught by his running back. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard
So,
line.
2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9.
70 Lions. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
Ready. Ready. Cowboy.
They'll drop to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receiver's saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. Here's 1st down.
Panther 60.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Out wide, that's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds here. That's only a gain of a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump. And
this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Well, there's still some time remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the touchdown that they need. To tie it, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.
So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Over the middle, that's the tight end Bowers. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. As the clock will stop for 21 seconds to go in the game.
And now you really have to get into your full-speed 2-minute mode, Mike. After that conversion brings up a fresh set of downs, you've got to go, and you've got to go fast.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Come on, set. 70 Lions.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Every team practices 2-minute offense, end-of-game situation, and the chunk plays are really the drive starters. So now not only do they get the big completion, they bring up a fresh set of downs. Reminder, they still have 2 timeouts, plenty of time to go down and try to win this game.
Now timeout called. Let's see, you're looking at a long field goal try from here, where this might be one final heave to the end zone. They'll come up now for 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Let's go.
They'll look to throw again. Looking across the field, he gets this to Neighbors. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So it's a win here for the Eagles. This one went all the way down to the wire. A late field goal with zeros on the clock seals the deal. As they come from behind, they may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. So that'll do it for us.